Nashville has ever hosted. Joining me now is the Nashville Chamber of Commerce Director of Sponsorship, Robert Rosario. Robert, thanks for joining us. Sorry you're not downtown having a beer and a hot dog right now. My apologies.
I'm probably going to be heading there very shortly.
I don't blame you. Let's show some of the pictures if we can, because Nashville, downtown, it looked like nothing Nashville has ever seen. 100,000 people taken to the streets for the draft. What does this mean for your city?
It is, it's a huge opportunity for us. We are more than thrilled to have the NFL here. From a business perspective, the economic impact that we're expecting is over $100 million in revenue that otherwise would not have come. So, yeah, Nashville, it really is the big winner in all of this.
Does that plan on do you plan on taking that $100 million and reinvesting it, lowering taxes? Is there just you'll figure that out down the line, or I mean, it's such a big infusion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's something that'll be figured out down the line. In the meantime, I'm sure the honky-tonks on Broadway are really the ones that are reaping most of the rewards from this.
How'd you go about planning this thing? Because, I mean, you're a large city, medium-sized city, but all of a sudden you put 100,000 people in one night downtown, 200,000 over the weekend. Look at that left side of the screen.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like, Times Square on New Year's Eve. How'd you go about making sure this thing went off okay and still will?
Well, fortunately, we have hosted other large events, such as we do a very big firework show every year during 4th of July. So we have some experience with this. Although what makes this one maybe a little bit different is that not only do we have the draft, but tomorrow we have the Rock and Roll Marathon. We have Jimmy Buffett playing at Bridgestone. So we have had a lot of coordination, a lot of people that have been working for over a year to make sure that this goes off without a hitch.
What are businesses telling you? Like, have they just been through the roof with this thing, or it's still TBD?
Absolutely. I think, a lot of downtown businesses have been very accommodating, either allowing their workers to work remotely or just, entirely shutting down. But then again, like all the bars and restaurants have been rented out by NFL teams, are really, the big winners here. So I think both large and small, everybody's been on board and excited for Nashville to be hosting this. I
guess in the political world, it's kind of like dropping a convention in your city. Right, like when we went to Cleveland a couple years ago, and what's going to happen with Milwaukee going forward. When you bring 100,000 people into downtown, the economic benefits, I got to imagine, are to the extreme. I would even think. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it's unprecedented, anything that Nashville's done. And, to pat ourselves on the back, if you look at some of the other cities that the NFL has hosted the draft, we are not that large compared to it. So, $100 million in economic impact is going to go a long way for this city. And hopefully we'll see the NFL back here in a few years for the Super Bowl. Robert, real quick, Las Vegas has the draft next year. Is there anything any wisdom you can impart on them, or Las Vegas is its own beast? Reroute traffic. It is terrible driving around on the interstates in downtown Nashville. So anything you could do to get traffic outside of your downtown area, they would be well served. Robert Rosario, go have your beer or two tonight. Enjoy it. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yep. All right, coming up next, President Trump ratcheting.